The movie opens in the middle of the ocean where an earthquake shakes the seabed with such force that it creates a fissure, releasing a bright blue light. On the surface, a couple is enjoying a romantic moment when the man surprises his girlfriend with a proposal. Before she can answer, something suddenly drags him underwater. Confused, the woman frantically looks around until she starts screaming as his lifeless body floats back to the surface. Moments later, the attacker reveals itself, an alpha zombie who swiftly kills the woman too. Meanwhile, Hunter, his friend Ray, and his niece Jada are fishing nearby when they spot a boat in the distance catching fire. They rush over, and Hunter helps put out the flames before things get worse. The fire was caused by mishandled fireworks, which Hunter, as the local supervisor, confiscates. He also reprimands the group for drinking while sailing, though Blaine from the group reacts poorly. Elsewhere, on a cliff, a mysterious man watches the strange blue light through binoculars. Back on Hunter's boat, they return to fishing when Ray hooks something large. After struggling to reel it in, he pulls out a dead body, its skin unnaturally blue. Curious, Jada uses an underwater camera and discovers the source of the blue light coming from the ocean floor, clearly out of the ordinary. Hunter quickly radios the authorities while Jada covers the body. However, the body vanishes when she briefly looks away, only to re-emerge as a zombie that attacks her, severely injuring her shoulder. Ray jumps in to distract the zombie while Hunter grabs his machete, stabbing the creature. Even though they manage to push it into the water, it soon revives, forcing Hunter and Ray to work together to throw it back into the ocean. Back in town, Hunter's girlfriend Kenzie and her daughter Sam receive a call from Hunter, who asks Kenzie, a doctor, to help treat Jada. Kenzie hurries to meet him, leaving Sam with her friends to attend a concert where she meets the singer, Dag, and they immediately hit it off. Later, Kenzie and an ambulance arrive to take Jada to the hospital, where Ray stays by her side. Meanwhile, Hunter meets with Sheriff Akani to investigate the bizarre incident. Together, they take Hunter's boat to the location of the blue light and use the underwater camera, discovering a wrecked ship emitting the strange glow from a crack in its hull. Oddly, the ship has no identifying markers. Nearby, an eerie creature swims through the depths. Hunter says the attacks may be coming from zombies and shares his experience, but Akani laughs at the idea at that moment. A massive horde of zombies emerges from the water, swimming directly toward them, and Sheriff Akani finally believes Hunter's story. Hunter quickly calls Kenzie, urging her to isolate Jada, while he alerts his colleagues to evacuate the area. Suddenly, the tsunami sirens blare across the beach, and people stand in shock as they watch the water recede. Hunter and Akani want to return to help the civilians, but they freeze in terror as they see a giant wave filled with zombies surging behind them. As panic grips the beachgoers, Hunter frantically tries to get the boat moving, but it's too late. The wave overtakes them. They have no choice but to take cover as the zombie-infested tsunami crashes into the shore, obliterating everything in its path and leaving zombie bodies scattered everywhere. Miraculously, Hunter and Akani make it to shore safely. Akani draws his gun on one of the zombies, but decides to conserve ammunition for later. At the hospital, Kenzie informs Ray that most of the staff has been evacuated, meaning Jada won't receive treatment for a while. They will have to stay in quarantine together for now. Back on the beach, despite the devastation, there are survivors and Hunter and Akani work to warn them of the looming danger. However, it's too late. The zombies that crashed with the wave are waking up and more are coming out of the sea to attack every person they can reach. Most survivors end up becoming zombies too, making the horde even bigger. Akani and Hunter use their gun and machete to kill a few zombies, however there are too many of them and people keep on getting killed. Hunter finds a boat and uses the engine to kill a bunch of monsters at the same time, allowing a group of people to escape. Meanwhile, Sam and her friends see the attack from a building and they try to call their parents, but everyone is too busy panicking to answer the phone. At the hospital, Jada wakes up only to die a second later. She immediately awakens again as a zombie and tries attacking Ray, but at that moment a doctor comes in and Jada jumps to bite him instead. Ray uses the chance to quickly run out of the room. Back to the beach, Akani kills another zombie with an umbrella. No matter how many they kill though, the numbers keep on growing and the wounded zombies continue to move, so Akani and Hunter decide to run away and get reinforcements. When they get in the truck, They suddenly scream at a presence in the back, but it's just Blaine and his girlfriend hiding. The guys agree to help them, and the truck takes off. In the meantime, the mysterious binocular guy reaches the beach and approaches a zombie with a crowbar in hand. In the hospital, Kenzie comes out of her room and is horrified to discover Jada has killed her whole staff. Jada starts chasing her, and when Kenzie runs through the corridor, Ray pulls her into a room and locks the door, which Jada starts pounding on. Unfortunately, the staff soon also turns into zombies and helps Jada push until they finally manage to break in, so Ray and Kenzie have to start running again. They make it to another section of the hospital and find a zombie on a wheelchair, not to mention Jada is still following them. The duo has to keep on running and find a way to escape. Minutes later, Akani and the others reach the police station and run as fast as possible when they see more zombies coming. The monsters almost reach Blaine, so he pushes his girlfriend towards the horde as bait and joins the other inside. While the zombies pound on the windows, Hunter calls Blaine out for what he did, causing Blaine to snap and take a gun from an officer. He demands to have the weapons from the armory, and when the others refuse, he shoots the officer. Then Blaine tries to run to the armory, so Hunter quickly knocks him out. Back to Sam and her friends, they leave the building and start running through the streets. They have to push away a zombie, and the horde turns onto another running group, bringing down a few of their members. A few blocks later, Sam's group decides to hide in a market, but this place is full of zombies as well. Dag trips and hurts his ankle, so Sam has to help him walk. The other guy immediately is killed, and the group splits. Tawny pushes a few zombies off before rushing outside while Sam and Dag run to the back. At the police station, Akani keeps on trying to radio for help, but nobody answers. Then Akani takes an envelope from a safe that says Revok Pharmaceuticals and shreds it while Hunter isn't looking. Speaking of Hunter, he logs into the maritime registry and finds the ship they saw at the bottom of the sea. It's registered under Revok Industries and its status says salvaged and junked, which means the company hid the wreckage. At that moment, the zombies finally break the windows, so Hunter and Akani go to the armory to grab weapons. Hunter is more interested in the confiscated objects and gets a cool sword with a double blade. On their way out, a handcuffed Blaine asks them to take him too, but they ignore him. Using police shields, the duo pushes their way through the horde at the door, and while Akani shoots the closest ones, Hunter uses a bazooka to finish off the group coming from the street. Unfortunately, the zombies are still moving, and to make matters worse, a second zombie tsunami is approaching. The duo escapes on the truck, and as they drive through the woods they encounter the alpha zombie, so they drive over him. However, the monster is just fine. Back to Sam and Dag, they make it to the parking lot and find his van, where a band member is chilling. He's had the headphones on all along and didn't know what was happening. The guy opens the van for the others before he tries to be a hero, but he can't fight so many zombies at the same time and is quickly killed. Sam and Dag lock the doors and try to escape, but the van won't start. Meanwhile, Tawny manages to leave town and runs through the woods as the zombies still follow her. She sees a house in the distance and rushes to the front gate, where Marty sees her on the security cameras. This is the mysterious guy from earlier who has captured a zombie and keeps it hidden in the basement to study it. Marty asks her to show the back of her head to confirm she wasn't bitten and finally opens the gate when he sees she's clean. Tawny rushes inside right before the zombies reach her, but now the horde waits in front of the gate. Then, Tawny borrows Marty's radio and calls her dad, who turns out to be Akani. She promises to stay inside with Marty and asks Akani to get Sam at the market. At the police station, Blaine manages to reach the body of the dead officer and grabs the keys to finally free himself. When he tries to leave, he finds his zombie girlfriend at the door, who immediately jumps on him and bites him. In the parking lot, Dag admits that he's been slowing Sam down and tells her to leave without him. Then, he gets out of the car through the window and climbs to the roof, where he starts singing with his ukulele to keep the zombies distracted. At that moment, Akani and Hunter arrive, so Sam runs towards them while Akani shoots down any monster that tries to grab her. As Sam leaves with the men, the zombies finally reach Dag and kill him. Afterward, the group heads to the hospital, closing the door right before the zombies can reach them. Kenzie isn't answering any messages, so Sam runs through a corridor to grab a phone before hiding in a room. She uses it to talk through the speakers, asking her mom to find them at the second floor. The noise attracts a bunch of zombies, so Hunter and Akani start fighting them with a gun and the fire extinguisher. Sam doesn't realize that the phone cord is stuck around her leg, and soon the monsters start pulling it from outside. A zombie breaks the door with its head, so Sam has to defend herself with the double blade. At the same time, Hunter grabs 2 wires from the power box and electrocutes a zombie, which starts an electricity chain that jumps from creature to creature and kills them all. Then Kenzie and Ray arrive in the elevator. A zombie gets in Kenzie's way, so she quickly punches it down and finally reunites with her daughter while the guys lock the zombie up. The group starts making their way out, and Kenzie notices that the zombies that came with the wave look different from those who returned with a bite. She concludes those people were experimented on. Outside, Hunter brings down a few more zombies with a blade, so the group can get on the truck and finally escape. Moments later, they make it to Marty's house, and Tawny gets to reunite with her dad. She notices that Akani has a wound, and Marty freaks out, but Akani assures them it's just a scratch, and he wasn't actually bitten. Once everyone is inside, Akani uses Marty's radio to try to ask for backup, although Marty says he hasn't been able to contact anyone since this all started. Tawny realizes that they had 2 tsunamis and nobody has come to check the area, which means there's some conspiracy behind it. At that moment, the zombie prisoner breaks free from its chains as it growls. Akani hears a noise and goes to investigate, entering the experiment room and finding the bed empty. Suddenly, the zombie jumps on him, and after some struggle, Akani gets bitten. As he yells in pain, he kicks the zombie off him, and the noise of the monster hitting the furniture alerts the others. The zombie hears them and goes upstairs, where the guys push it away, and it ends up fighting against Kenzie. Marty immediately attacks it with his taser, instantly killing him. Ray brings Akani upstairs, and Tawny takes care of his wound while Hunter connects the taser to the blade to make a more effective weapon. The group scolds Marty for hiding a zombie, so he explains he's been experimenting to learn their weakness. These zombies are full of a liquid with phosphorus, which explains the glow in the water and why electricity is the only way to truly stop them. Hunter concludes they must lure the zombies back to the water and run power to it to kill them all at the same time. They will also have to blow the wreckage so it can't make any more monsters, so Marty reveals he has a huge supply of grenades and C4. While the group starts packing up the weapons, Hunter goes outside to clear the way, but the taser doesn't work. The gate suddenly opens, so Kenzie comes out to help as well. She turns on the wood chipper, then she and Hunter begin fighting the zombies to throw them one by one into the chipper to obliterate them. Their teamwork is perfect, and soon all the enemies are killed so the group can escape. On their way out, Kenzie tells Hunter that if anything happens to her, he should take care of Sam. Akani soon starts feeling sick, so they stop to rest in a cave. It's strange that he hasn't turned yet, and Marty explains that he wasn't bitten near his head, so the infection is taking longer to reach his brain. Knowing that the end is coming, Akani decides to confess what he knows. 30 years ago, a pharmaceutical company came to this beach to test a new anti-aging medicine in a ship away from government scrutiny. They bribed everyone to keep the secret, including the local council leaders. Akani agreed to help because they promised to provide his wife with medical care, but sadly, she died anyway. However, the medicine wasn't actually ready for human trials and caused terrible side effects, so the company shipped out the patients and the staff before sinking the ship with the infected people inside. They also removed the identification plaque because it had the company logo on it. Kenzie suspects those weren't side effects, and that making weapons out of humans was the company's intentions all along. At that moment, the zombies find them and attack. Hunter finally makes the taser blade work and starts killing the creatures with Marty's help while the others run away. On the way out, Tawny must leave Akani because he finally dies, but she makes sure to put a grenade in his hand. Once all the zombies are down, Hunter and Marty join the others and get out of the cave. Before leaving, Tawny watches how Akani wakes up as a zombie, and in his last seconds of clarity, he activates the grenade. The explosion blocks the cave and stops more zombies from following them. Moments later, the group makes it to the beach and splits to carry on the plan. Marty also reveals he left some C4 in his house and uses a remote to blow it up now. Ray, Marty, and Tawny leave on a boat to take the C4 to the wreckage. Marty is making all the connections and Tawny tells him to hurry because the zombies are swimming towards them. Hunter takes some wires and drags them to the tidal pools while Kenzie and Sam wait by the power box for the right moment to activate the electricity. Then Hunter takes a bike and plays some loud music, so the zombies start following him to the beach. At that moment, Marty jumps into the water to plant the C4, but is quickly surrounded by zombies. Ray wants to help, but a zombie climbs aboard, blocking his way. By the time Tawny manages to push the creature off, it's too late. Marty has already been killed. Meanwhile, Hunter's vehicle gets stuck in the sand just as he's about to reach the tide pools, forcing him to continue on foot. Suddenly, the alpha zombie finds him and tackles him to the ground. Hunter's taser blade malfunctions again, leaving him to fight hand-to-hand. The alpha quickly disarms him and grabs his wrists, but Hunter kicks him repeatedly to break free. Kenzie, seeing Hunter struggling, rushes to free the bike, blasting music to lure the other zombies toward the tide pools. As Hunter continues his brutal fight with the alpha zombie, he gets grabbed by the neck, but uses the moment to pull out a hidden knife and sever the zombie's arm. Back at the boat, Tawny is holding off the zombies with gunfire, but they just keep coming. Ray gives her a life jacket and urges her to escape, reminding her that her dad would have wanted her to survive. Reluctantly, she jumps into the sea. Hunter is still battling the alpha zombie. After kicking him back, he retrieves his blade. This time, the taser finally works, and Hunter manages to decapitate the zombie, kicking its body into the tide pool just as Sam activates the power box, electrocuting all the remaining zombies at once. Tawny swims far from the boat, and Ray, knowing his time has come, says goodbye to Hunter over the radio before detonating the C4, sacrificing himself in the explosion. The blast causes a massive wave to form, heading straight for the beach. As the wave approaches, Hunter is forced to flee. On his way, he encounters a zombified Blaine and takes satisfaction in stabbing him with the blade, causing his head to explode. Hunter narrowly escapes the wave just before it crashes onto the shore. He reunites with Kenzie and Sam, who are helping Tawny out of the water. Hunter and Kenzie share a kiss as they all watch a Coast Guard ship approaching in the distance, signaling hope on the horizon. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe for more videos.